Hello traders, this is Rich with BreathingWithTheMarkets.com. Today is Saturday, July 12th, 2025. How you doing? Been away a little while, all week, hanging out at the beach. Got a place off the beach right on the shoreline, right on the strand, and enjoyed people watching and beers, good food, a good time, an absolute good time. I didn't trade last week. I looked at the market a little bit here and there, did not want to take any trades. I wasn't in a position to go ahead and do that. Here are some photos this week. It's not about a trader's life, it's about reality. So reality, okay? We live in reality, and I don't know where this is going to go, but reality is reality. And when you're living out of reality, you have no idea what the fuck you're doing, okay? So here's some photos here of some good food, some salmon, some beers, photos along the boardwalk. I call it the boardwalk, but it's just called the Strand. And they had a big volleyball tournament up there also. A lot of talent. And once again, it's a skill. Volleyball is a skill, right? So you practice each and every day for what? Game time. But like I said, here's some photos of some girls playing volleyball. There was a huge volleyball tournament all week. Man, it was huge. Good times, good vibes, good drinks, good food, good people. Just everyone, the whole crowd, everything was great. Number one thing we need to hone in on is a skill. It is not gambling. It doesn't take a skill to push buttons. It doesn't take a skill to minimize your losses, okay? That is not a skill. It doesn't take a skill to lose 9 times in a row and win 1 time and cover all of your losses out of one trade. That is not a skill. That's called gambling. I almost forgot to mention, but when I was on vacation, I answer my Discord messages and stuff like that. I got a DM from someone and I said, "Hey, Rich, today I was 100%." He won 100% of his trades. That wasn't 1 trade. It wasn't 2. It wasn't 10 trades. It was a shitload of trades, and he won every trade. He did everything right. If you're watching this, you know who I'm talking about. Great job. Great job. All of the mentees, if you just listen, you apply the knowledge that you gain, and you repeat it, you will be successful. You will have that skill. We don't work on every day to try to be at 100%, but I'll tell you, if you have a skill, that's where you're going to get. You're going to get in the high 90s, high 80s, high 90s. Depends how aggressive you are. It depends on the time that you have in the market. Are you being rushed? Do you have time to trade in the market? Do you have time to wait? And things of that nature. But he traded the New York Open. He traded the NASDAQ. He traded on a 1-minute chart, right? Guys never traded on a 1-minute chart, never traded the beast, the NASDAQ, never traded size. And guess what? He got 100% win rate that day. And it was a shitload of trades. I didn't count them. I'm not going to count them. But great job. Great job. Great job, man. I love it. I love it. That is a fact that objective evidence in the market is the beast of all beasts. It is not a strategy. It is not an edge. It is trading in the market. Are you following someone that can actually teach you how to follow the market, when to get into the market, when to execute into the market? That's a key. It's executions. It's not about a stop loss. It's executions in the market at the right moment, at the right time. All of that matters. And it must be objective, because for anyone to show me their chart, any mentee to show me their chart, out of tons of trades in a day, and 100% hit rate, takes some balls and takes some guts. Seriously, it takes serious integrity to do that, to actually show your mentor all of your trades for that day. And it was 100% hit rate. That is a skill in the works. Great job, man. Great job. I am proud of all the mentees, because I teach them how to trade in the market in an objective way. There are no ifs, ands, or buts. There are no opinions. There's no, I'm going to take this high. I think it just went up. There's no, I'm on a seconds chart. I'm on a minute chart. I'm on a 4-hour chart. I'm on this. I'm on that. It doesn't matter. Don't be fooled by gamblers. Gamblers will sit there and lose and sit there and minimize their losses over and over and over and over and over and over again and say they have this great trade management. That ought to tell you that they don't know where the fuck they are in the market. If you're losing 6, 7, 8 times in a fucking row, it doesn't matter how big or small the losses are. If you're losing 6, 7, 8 times in a row, that tells everyone and anyone that knows how to fucking trade that they don't know how to fucking trade. It's a fact. It's a fact. If you have a batter that goes up there and fucking strikes out 7, 8 times in a row and then hits a home run, you think he's going to make it to professional fucking ball? No. He's not going to make it to professional baseball. The guy strikes out 9 times out of fucking 10. I don't care if the bases were fucking loaded and he hit a grand slam by accident, right? He hit the grand slam by accident. I'm trying to give you different ways to look at traders. Nobody else is doing that out there. Nobody is comparing it to a skill. Nobody. And if they see my video, maybe they'll start fucking talking about it, right? Because that's what happens. They don't want to miss the fucking boat. The boat already fucking sank. Because those who change their fucking mind, we just call them out anyways, right? So they never even knew how to trade. They just wanted people to believe they knew how to trade. They wanted people to believe that they were selling a beginner course that would make you a trader. That's what's out there. It's just beginning. You'll be able to learn how to identify a candle. Well, what's a candle look like? You're gonna identify candles? An engulfing candle? Who fucking cares? An engulfing candle. Who cares? Do you know how to trade the market? Because the engulfing candle doesn't fucking matter. Oh, what do you mean it doesn't matter? Yeah, it doesn't matter. You need to learn how to trade the chart. It's the chart that matters. It's the language that matters. So if you're following someone that continues to rake up losses after loss after loss after loss, it doesn't matter how much they fucking gain. Remember, it doesn't matter how much they're making each and every day or losing each and every day. What matters is, are they continuing to take losses and then all of a sudden they have a big gain that erases all of those losses? Because that's not trading, that's gambling. If you go to a blackjack table and you sit down there and you lose 7 or 8 times in a row, you're gambling. If you even win 7 or 8 times in a row at blackjack, you're gambling, right? Blackjack is gambling. It is. Blackjack depends on how many people you have sitting around you that even know how to play the game. But if it's you against the dealer, you're still gambling based on a card. Yeah, there is some skill in the sense that when to take a hit, when to let the dealer fold, or card counting and all that stuff where they deem it's illegal. Because isn't a card counter, isn't that a skilled person? Absolutely. But they don't want the skill. Listen carefully. Casinos do not want someone with the skill. They do not want someone that can count cards. That's a skill. Why would you want to take a skill away from someone? Because the house wants to make money. Their probabilities go down, and your probability goes up because you've gained a skill in card counting. Don't you want to create a skill in reading the chart? Wouldn't you like to do that? Think about it. Wouldn't you like to know how to read the chart? That's a fucking skill. Pushing a button, going to futures or going to Forex and just pushing buttons as there's highs and lows and then trying to get little bits and pieces out of the market is not a fucking skill. It's not. I hate to tell you. That's not a skill. Those skillful traders that can see the market in an objective way actually have a skill. And they can actually teach you, not based on their opinions. And if they're using some opinions in some way, fucking ignore it. Because opinions don't matter in the market. That's a fact. Opinions do not matter in the market. Look at the volleyball players that I showed you a photo of. Look at these girls practicing. And if you walk down the beach, you'll see people practicing all the way down the beach. Some not even in the game. I also saw the USA team out there, volleyball team. And they were practicing. It wasn't game time. They were honing in on their skill each and every time. And look at these girls practicing, honing in on the skill, going to tournaments. There are people that are fucking traders in name only. They call themselves a fucking trader. They're not fucking traders. They're gamblers. You watch my video. There's very few traders out there. And the mentees that came to BreathingWithTheMarkets.com are becoming real traders. The longer they practice, the better skill that they get, and the confidence that they build up, doing the fucking complete opposite of what YouTube teaches, is gaining the skill each and every day to become a trader. Someone who can walk away from the chart for a week and come back and understand that they still have a skill. That is powerful. That is a trader. Not I'm going to look for highs and lows. Not that I'm looking for the best price in the market and how I can spend my money in the best way possible. Because you can either trade or not trade. Brokers do not matter. If you're going from Forex to stocks to futures to options, whatever, all of those are just names. It's a name. It doesn't matter. If you're going to take a straddle position in options, iron condor, straddle positions, any other position in the market, buying calls, selling puts, whatever it is, you still have to be able to trade the market. The better you can read the market, the better trader you are. So if you can trade one chart, doesn't matter what the name is, if you understand how to trade that chart, you can trade any chart. That's a fact. That is a fact. Because the chart speaks for itself. Not the names, not Apple, not Tesla, not GE. What about all those GE people that invested their life savings in GE a long time ago? Disclaimer, I have nothing against GE. But back when GE wasn't doing so well, a lot of investors got hurt. Why? I don't know. They were told buy and hold. It was the buy and hold scenario, right? Now you have people that want to try to be scalpers. Well, if you don't know how to trade the chart, you can't really call yourself a scalper, right? You can't even trade the chart on a swing trading. Think about it. If you know how to trade the chart, you can trade anything, right? Think about it. If you understand the language, if you understand the foreign language, it doesn't matter if it's Tesla, NQ, the Dow, MES, doesn't matter. The chart moves the same way. Ask the person that you're following to teach you a skill. If you were paying, if you're following someone for free, then they're good. They're trying to get back to the community and you're following them. And if you choose to follow them, that's up to you. But if you were actually paying for a service, seriously, if you're paying for a Discord, why? Why would you pay for a Discord? Unless you were being taught a specific skill, not opinions. Not, oh, pay for this Discord and you'll see all these traders in there and you're going to gain knowledge for all the other traders. Well, remember, those traders are paying also to be in the Discord. So why are you learning from them? Why aren't you learning from the person that has the Discord, who's getting all of your money? Let me ask you something. Why would you follow someone to actually pay to follow them? Why would you pay a monthly, yearly subscription or a one-time fee, whatever it is? Why? Why in the hell would you pay to see someone fish on the shoreline? What are you going to learn?
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
You can go over there and ask them, what bait are you using? I see you're pulling in all these fish. What bait are you using? Well, I'm using power bait. What kind? They tell you. So you go to the store and you buy power bait. And you go and you throw your line in there. And guess what? You catch the fish. And you learn how to catch the fish. And you learn how to cast. And you learn how to snag the fish. Don't rip it out of its mouth. And you learn the finesse of fishing. Right? Over and over and over again. Right? That's a skill. But no, I don't want to do that. I want to pay to just watch you. Wake up. Why would you do that? Why would you pay to watch someone? Think about it. They're not teaching you a skill. They're giving you their opinion. They're not God. They haven't proven themselves. They don't have a skill. If they had a skill, they would be a trader, not a gambler. Do gamblers make money? Yeah, gamblers can make money. But it doesn't mean they have a skill. They just gamble. And all the money that you're giving them, they're putting in the market to gamble. So they're essentially trading for free. Why would you do that? I don't trade for free. What's wrong? Think about it. They're trading for free. You're paying a monthly subscription to watch someone trade, or a yearly subscription, a one-time subscription, on how to pass an evaluation. Or, think about it also. Why would you put yourself in that position? Why would you have a group of traders? Why? Why is it even legal to do this? And I don't know why prop firms even allow this, but they shouldn't. Why would they even allow people to stream live and take these trades using different prop firms? I mean, I don't see how that's beneficial to them. Maybe they have their own disclaimers and affiliate programs. I don't know. But it doesn't seem beneficial at all to the prop firms. It just seems like a group of traders or gamblers can ruin a system for the traders. If you think about it, if you have a group of traders learning how to gamble, how is that beneficial to the prop firms? Think about who you hang out with. Think about who you follow. Think about your investment. Have some value. Think about yourself. Self-worth. I think you're better than that. Your actions alone will identify who you are as a person, not your mouth, not by what you say. Learn to trade. That's the best way. If you want to learn how I trade on a daily basis, go to breathingwiththemarkets.com. I'll see you soon. Peace, traders.